Hi, this is Derek Murphy of Creativity. I'm making this video to talk about the anthology that I just put out for young adult fiction. If you're thinking about making some kind of an anthology or a box set and you want to work with a bunch of other authors to put something together and publish it, I'll talk a little bit about what that process looks like. So here's the cover that I made, and it's on Amazon. We just put this up. It's still 99 cents, but actually we've decided to make this one free, which is a little bit easier. Basically, if you sell an anthology, you have to figure out all the legal stuff of working out the payment and sending the payment to everybody. Sometimes people will just say, you can just invest all the earnings into promotion, because the reason to do an anthology like this is rarely about making money. It's mostly about visibility. So what the goal is with this anthology is we put 40 short stories together from young adult authors in my Alliance of Young Adult Authors group. And we just had them apply, and we checked over their stories, and then we did editing, formatting, put them all together into one book, and then we'll put it on free. So right now it's already on Amazon and Kobo and iBooks, but because I put it through Draft to Digital. So when you're publishing, basically you'll format the book for ebook, and then put it up on Kindle, and then also put it on Draft to Digital if you're going wide, and especially if you want to make it perma-free, because then all you do is you notify Amazon that the book is free on iBooks, and they'll price match it to 0, which is just what we're waiting for. Once it's down to 0, we'll start sharing and promoting it. And that way everybody can promote it. The benefit of doing an anthology is just now we have 30 very committed authors who have their own platforms, and we can reach a lot more people with this book if we promote it together. So maybe one of us, for example, I can get 1,000 downloads on my books pretty quickly, but that only gets me in the top 100, whereas now with 40 authors, if we get 40,000 downloads when we do this free book promotion, we'll be at the very top of the Kindle store. We'll be like, possibly, we're shooting for number 1 in the Kindle store, but even if we don't make it, if we get up to number 20, that'd be great. And what that does is, on the one hand, we're sharing our own platform. So instead of just promoting my own books to my followers, now I can promote this book to my followers and introduce them to 39 other authors, but I'm also being introduced to all of those authors' platforms. So I can get, besides my already built platform, I can get 39 new young adult platforms to read one of my short stories and hopefully sign up to my own platform if they like my book. So that's kind of the reason that you can do joint promo marketing like this, is that I don't need to advertise or ask someone for help or ask someone to promote me. That I'm really doing this for the other authors in the collection, because my platform is pretty big, so I can help get them some visibility, but also just by being of service, by being the person who introduces these kind of joint promo events. It's a really easy way to build relationships and also to do big favors for other people in your platform. So someone asked, like, normally I would suggest something like, find out who the 20 authors that you want to be friends with are, where they are online. You want to follow them on Facebook and Twitter. You want to review their stuff, retweet their stuff, like their stuff. But then eventually, you still want to be friends with them. You want to ask them for a book review or something. And that generally doesn't work, because just because you follow them or like their stuff, it doesn't mean you're actually friends. Whereas if you communicate in a meaningful way by doing things for them, doing kind of big things for them, if you're the organizer who organizes this kind of thing, that has a lot of value. Even if you don't have any platform, if you're just the person putting it all together, that has a lot of value. So I'll show you some of the things I've done with this. Hold on, this is the master file. I've just gone through, because originally in the ebook version, I'm just using Microsoft Word. It looks better if you format in InDesign, but I decided not to because Microsoft Word is faster. So I just cleaned up all the formatting so that it was consistent, which actually took a long time because every author had different formatting. And then at the end of every one, there's this little bit of a blurb about the author. And in the ebook, these were all linked, and there was also a lot of other links. But in print, people can't click the link, so you have to have the actual, website spelled out. So I've just gone through and I'm fixing up some of these links to make them clean for the print version, which we'll also put out. But this is basically done for the ebook. Once I have the Word document formatted, I just use I have an automatic ebook converter on publishexpress.com, so I just use that tool. And then I cleaned it up a little bit in Sigil, and then I saved it for EPUB for Draft to Digital, and Kindle Mobi for Amazon. So I put it up online. I know how to do this stuff and cover design because that's what I do most of the time. So if you don't have those skills, you'd have to hire someone to do it. And then the other thing we want to do when you put it out there, because now that it's out there, we want to get consistent long-term traffic so this book keeps getting downloads, which is good for everybody. Like, it's great. We'll all promote it really hard in the first month of launch, but we want this to be a long-term traffic generator for all of our platforms. So on one of my fiction blogs, I've just set up this post where I've added some links. And for any Amazon book, you want to be adding links that have the keywords that you want your book to show up for, linking straight to the book on Amazon. So I've done that a couple times. I put up some headers. I have links to iBooks, Kobo, and Kindle. But then I also, besides having a description, I have this list of all the stories, all the authors, and all the links to their websites, which is useful because I'm sending them link juice from my website, and I asked if they want to, all the same authors can basically copy this menu that has all the links to all of us and just share it on their own site. So what that'll do is create a really strong private virtual network of young adult blogs who are all linking to each other. You don't want to have too much duplicate content, so they couldn't just copy this entire post exactly, but they can restructure and rephrase and use some of these graphics that I made up. And then when they post on their own blog, if they do add these links to all of our other blogs, that's really good for all of our long-term traffic because we'll be getting links from 40 other authors in our genre. It's really easy online to share and tweet people's Facebook and Twitter posts, but that doesn't really do much for long-term traffic. You really need solid links from other people's blogs or websites, especially if they're keyword linked like this with anchor text pointing back to your website. So the more of those links you can get, the more your blog will start showing up in natural Google search results. And if you can do that, you don't need to do very much promotion because when people are searching for things, they'll find your content and you'll have links to your books. And that's really the way to guarantee long-term sales without doing a lot of marketing or promotion. So this is one thing that I set up recently. I'll probably do more of these for young adult fiction authors. And again, this is it takes quite a bit of work, but this is also really good platform building for my own fiction platform because I'll get all these links. I'll have this free book out there that other people are sharing that gets downloads. I have a story in there that I think is pretty good that people will hopefully sign up to my platform to get more of the story or buy the series when it's out on Amazon eventually. So setting up anthologies like this, it's really an easy thing, not an easy thing to do, but a really strong, powerful marketing thing that most authors don't know how to organize, or they're kind of afraid to get started just because it seems overwhelming. But if you can publish, if you're already publishing your own fiction, so you know a little bit about ebook formatting, print formatting, or at least who to hire to do that stuff for you, you can organize something like this for your own genre. Start with the people you know, and then just ask them if there's anybody, if they can share it, or if there's anybody else that they think might want to get involved. And basically, you don't charge anything. Some people do for I'm gonna do a video after this about box sets, which are paid, and it's a little different. Sometimes people do box sets to try to do the USA Today Best Time Sellers list or New York Times bestseller lists, and everybody pitches in $500 so that you have this huge marketing budget so you can really spend on ads and make it a bestseller. That's a different thing, and I'll talk more about that in the next video. But in this case, we just did a free anthology just because this book will probably stick pretty high in the free section under the young adult or teen area of Kindle, so it'll be really visible. So it'll get a lot of downloads, and it's just it's a free, easy way for our readers to find us and our stories and to start reading, and that's why I set it up. So I hope this video helped a little bit. If you're thinking about making your own anthology, you can post comments or ask me any questions if you have them. Thanks. Bye-bye.